Hello and welcome to CyberMC Squared. Do you know how secure your data is right now? A simple yet thought-provoking question, isn't it? We live in an era where data has become as valuable as gold, and protecting it is no longer an option but a necessity. Now let's take a moment to think about cybersecurity. It's a term we often hear, yet many of us may not fully grasp its significance. It is not some high-tech jargon reserved for the IT department. It's a fundamental part of our everyday lives, whether we're sending emails, shopping online, or even just browsing the internet. In this fast-evolving digital world, our personal and professional data is constantly under threat from cybercriminals. These tech-savvy villains are always on the lookout for any chink in our cybersecurity armor, ready to exploit our valuable information. The risks are real and can range from identity theft to financial loss, and even damage to our reputation. But fear not. While the threats are real, so are the defenses. And that's what we're here for. This video is aimed at helping corporations understand the importance of cybersecurity, the potential risks of poor staff practices, and most importantly, how you can enhance your defenses to keep your data safe. Remember, your biggest threat is your weakest link. We'll start with the basics, like creating strong passwords and understanding your company's cybersecurity policy. Then we'll move on to more advanced topics, like identifying potential cyber threats and responding to them effectively. But remember, learning about cybersecurity is not a one-time thing. The digital landscape is ever evolving, and so are the threats. That's why continuous learning is crucial. It's like a game of chess, where you need to stay one step ahead of your opponent to win. So are you ready to level up your data defense and become a cybersecurity superhero? I hope you are, because this journey is not just about protecting your data, but also about empowering yourself in the digital world. Stay tuned as we dive into the ins and outs of cybersecurity. Firstly, understanding the fundamentals of cybersecurity is crucial, so let's dive right in. We like to refer to your data as being a castle, and you naturally want to protect it from invaders, right? Well, in the world of cybersecurity, your first line of defense is understanding your company's cybersecurity policy. This blueprint guides you on how to handle sensitive information, and it's your roadmap to building a fortress around your data. So, take some time to thoroughly understand it. You'll find it filled with nuggets of wisdom about best practices for passwords, acceptable online behavior, and how to react if you suspect a breach. Now, speaking of passwords, they are like the keys to your castle. You wouldn't want to hand over your castle keys to just about anyone, would you? This is where strong passwords come into play. Forget using your pet's name or your birthday. We're talking about a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers and symbols. The longer the better. And remember, one key doesn't open all doors. Don't use the same password for everything, but you might be thinking, how am I supposed to remember all these different passwords? Well, that's where a password manager comes in handy. It's like a secure vault for all your unique keys. It's not just a convenience tool, it's a necessity in today's digital world. By now, you've got a solid foundation in place. You understand your company's cybersecurity policy, you've created strong passwords, and you're using a password manager. But remember, building the basics is just the beginning. The real fun begins when you start actively defending your castle. With the basics covered, you are now ready to engage in active defense. And that's what we'll be diving into in our next chapter. So stay tuned and let's continue this journey to level up your data defense. Now let's move beyond theory and get into practical defense techniques. Imagine cybersecurity as an ever-changing battlefield, and you, the defender, need to be ready to adapt and engage. The first step is to arm yourself with knowledge, and the best way to do that is through interactive learning. Interactive learning is not just about consuming information. It's about applying that knowledge to real-world scenarios. Here, you get the chance to put on your detective hat and investigate. You get to play around with different strategies and see how they work in a controlled environment. One of the most common threats you'll encounter in the digital world is phishing scams. These are cunning schemes designed to trick you into revealing sensitive information, like your passwords or credit card numbers. They often come in the form of emails that look like they're from a legitimate source. But don't be fooled. These emails are wolves in sheep's clothing, and it's your job to unmask them. To help you get better at identifying these scams, we have created a series of explainer videos that break down common phishing tactics. These videos will show you what to look out for and how to respond when you encounter a suspicious email. But we're not stopping at videos. we're taking it a step further with simulated scenarios. These simulations put you in the driver's seat, allowing you to experience firsthand what it's like to be targeted by a phishing scam. You'll get to practice spotting red flags and making critical decisions under pressure. These simulations are not just about testing your knowledge, they're also about building your confidence. The more you practice, the more adept you'll become at recognizing and responding to threats. And remember, these simulations are a safe space to learn. If you make a mistake, that's okay. Each mistake is an opportunity to grow stronger. So let's dive in and start engaging in defense. Because when it comes to cybersecurity, knowledge is power, but practice is the key to mastery. Remember, these simulations are a safe space to learn, and each mistake is an opportunity to grow stronger. In the ever-evolving world of cyber threats, continuous learning is your secret weapon. Picture this. With each passing day, the crafty cyber villains are honing their skills, plotting new ways to breach your data fortress. But fear not, for just as they evolve, so do we. Regular training sessions are our antidote to their cunning. These sessions are the workshops where we sharpen our swords and reinforce our shields. They're where we learn the latest tactics that cyber villains are using and devise fitting counter strategies. Let's call it our cyber dojo, where we practice the art of data defense. Now, you might be wondering, how do we keep up with something that's changing constantly? The answer lies in the Japanese concept of Jizokuteki Gakushu, or continuous learning. It's the idea that learning never stops, much like the ever-advancing world of cyber threats. And part of this continuous learning is our regular phishing tests. Don't worry, these tests aren't designed to trip you up or put you in the hot seat. Quite the opposite, actually. They're like practice drills, designed to keep you on your toes and train your eye to spot those suspicious emails before they can cause any harm. You see, in the cyber realm, knowledge isn't just power, it's our armor. The more we know about cyber threats, the stronger our defense becomes. That's why, in our cyber dojo, we don't just learn once and say, done. We learn, we apply, we test, and then we learn some more. So let's embrace Jizokuteki Gakushu. Let's commit to continuous learning, because in this relentless cyber battle, it's our most potent weapon. And remember, no matter how advanced the threats get, with regular training and practice drills, we're always one step ahead. Regular training and practice drills are your best defense against potential cyber threats. At the end of the day, the best cybersecurity tool is you. Yes, you heard it right. You're more than just an employee. You're a crucial part of the defense team, the watchful eye, the key that can lock or unlock our cybersecurity. It's easy to think that cybersecurity is all about complex codes, encrypted firewalls, and high-tech software. But in reality, those are just tools. The real power lies in the hands of the people using them, and that's you. Now, let's put this into perspective. Imagine your data as a precious treasure and your company's network as the castle where it's stored. The castle may have towering walls and state-of-the-art security systems, but if the gatekeeper isn't vigilant, all those defenses are for naught. That's where you come in. As one of the gatekeepers, you're a first line of defense. Your vigilance can stop a cyber attack in its tracks. If you spot an email that seems fishy or a link that looks suspicious, don't click on it. Instead, report it. This brings us to another important point. Open communication. In the world of cybersecurity, silence isn't golden, it's dangerous. If you spot something odd, say something. Don't worry about causing a false alarm, it's better to be safe than sorry. Reporting suspicious activity isn't just about protecting your own data, it's about safeguarding the entire company's digital environment. Every alert you raise, every threat you report, you're not just protecting your own data, but your colleagues and your companies too. Remember, cybersecurity isn't a one-man show, it's a team effort. Each one of us has a role to play, and every role is important. So be vigilant, be proactive, and remember, you're the key. With your active role in cybersecurity, you can help build a safer digital environment for everyone. Cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. A phrase so simple, yet it carries a weight that can't be measured in bytes or bits. It's a call to arms, a reminder that each one of us plays a crucial role in safeguarding the digital realm. Let's take a quick stroll down memory lane and revisit the key points we've covered today. We started with building the basics, where we learned the importance of a strong cybersecurity policy, the art of crafting robust passwords, and the value of a password manager. Then we moved on to engaging in defense. We talked about interactive learning, the effectiveness of simulations, and the thrill of playing cybersecurity superhero. we learned that a proactive approach to data protection can turn the tide in our favor. We also emphasized the concept of Jizokuteki Gakushu, or continuous learning staff training. As the world of cyber threats evolves, so must we. Regular training sessions, phishing tests, and staying updated on the latest cybervillain tactics are integral to maintaining a fortified data defense. And finally, we reminded ourselves that we are the key. Each one of us is the frontline defense. If we see something suspicious, we speak up. We're not just employees, we're guardians of the digital fortress. So, where do we go from here? Well, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start with implementing the strategies we've discussed today. Make use of the resources at your disposal. Participate actively in cybersecurity training sessions. And remember, every password you strengthen, every suspicious activity you report, every phishing scam you thwart adds a brick to the fortress that defends our data. Cybersecurity isn't a destination, it's a continuous journey. It's about staying vigilant, staying informed, and staying one step ahead of potential threats. So, let's step into this journey together, armed with the knowledge we've gained. Implement what you've learned today and become a champion of cybersecurity in your organization. Thank you for watching.